So I hope this ends up on like almost 30, early 30-year-old TikTok, girl TikTok, because I am really struggling. I just had a best friend completely ghost me, like just block me on everything.
Must be a reason.
My texts.
Must be a reason.
Weeks ago, I felt something was off, and I asked her if we were good, and she was like, "Yeah, we're all good, girl." And then a few weeks later, she completely cuts me out of her life for reasons I don't know.
See, that's a thing when it comes to women. They just can't be honest with each other, right? They'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's good. You sure? Yeah. Everything's great." Right? And then all of a sudden you don't hear from them. Whereas dudes, when we have problems and the dude's like, "Hey man, everything okay?" Be like, "No." Dude, does it seem okay to you? This is what you did, punk ass. You know, I mean, we'll tell you, right? But for women, no, everything's good. You know, they have to put on the happy face and figure out, you know, where the truth lays.
And it's hard enough having to deal with that, but I don't have like a huge group of girlfriends. I've always wanted one, but I've just never been that type of girl who has a huge group. I've always had like individual friends, and my other best friends are married, have kids, are engaged. She was like my one single girlfriend who I felt like we were so close. Like, she knows things about me that a lot of other people don't know, and vice versa. So I'm like really struggling with the fact that a 30-year-old just completely ghosted me. And
must be a reason.
Also just struggling with like not having girlfriends, like, and kind of feeling like I'm just in a completely different place in life than my best friends, and I'm starting to feel super alone in it.
And ladies, this is exactly why you're not supposed to still be out there by yourself, flying solo beyond the age of 30. You're just not designed for it, right? Not only is dating not designed for you beyond the age of 30, but life is not designed for you to fly solo beyond the age of 30. And this is why so many women who do try to fly solo beyond the age of 30, chase their career, ride the CC, bang all these dudes, whatnot, they start to develop mental issues, right? They start to develop mental health issues, and they should really see like a psychotherapist, a psychiatrist, but instead they go right to the therapist, who will just swipe their credit card or, you know, take the Venmo and tell them exactly what they want to hear verbatim, and just make these women 10 times worse, and then put them on some antidepressants that they'll get hooked on until they're 6 feet under. But you're not designed to go it alone, right? Guys are, right? Just because we're so used to being isolated, right? Guys are used to being pissed on, kicked in the dirt, having our faces pushed in the sand, and, you know, being left to rot by ourselves. We're just used to being isolated, right? I mean, it's not a big deal. Whereas for women, they are not used to that. Sure, they can pull that off in their 20s, but once they hit their 30s and they realize, like, oh shoot, it's getting lonely out here because all my girlfriends have gotten married and have families, it starts to feel like you're the last one, which in many ways you are.
I'm like still ready to go out, and like not all the time, not like I did when I was like 22 or anything by any means.
Once a party girl,
like,
always party girl.
Going out and just like having a late night out and being adventurous, or just kind of like doing whatever, and I don't know.
Maybe instead of going out all throughout your 20s, maybe you should have been just trying to find a boyfriend that will become your husband that you can marry, right? That might have been a better plan. Then you wouldn't be out here in your car in this desolate suburb filming this TikTok about how lonely you are.
It just sucks because I feel like everyone else my age is like settled down already, and I just wish I could find those girlfriends who are also in this same stage where they're single, just doing their career thing, dating around still. I don't know.
Dating around still. So really what this chick is saying is she wants to stay out there on the shelf, on the clearance rack. She wants to stay out there as long as possible. She doesn't want to settle down. She doesn't want to pair bond with anybody. She just wants to find more single girlfriends to go party, right? Go to the clubs. And it starts to get pathetic if you're in your 30s, especially. Wait till you get in your 40s and you're still going to these clubs and you see women there that are half your age. It gets pretty pathetic, right? It's okay for guys to go there. I still go to these clubs, these bars. I'm like 50 now. I mean, it doesn't feel weird at all. And there are other guys around my age there too. And there's nothing weird about it. But you know what is weird? When I see other women who are my age that are still there trying to get attention as if they're 20 years old. There's a double standard there. I'm aware of that, but it does not look good. What can I say? It sounds hypocritical, but there is a reason why there's a double standard when it comes to that age for men versus women.
I'm starting to feel like there's something wrong with me. Is anyone else struggling with this? So literally there's no point to this TikTok other than I hope that it lands on people who are in the same boat so I can connect with you, because it's starting to feel really lonely. If you're in Chicago and you are late 20s, early 30s, you're single, you need some girlfriends, let's be friends. I sound desperate, but I am desperate. So, let's go out. Let's be friends.
Let's go out. Let's go party. Right? Dirty 30. No, ladies, if you're still in your 20s, man, don't listen to her. Don't listen to any female who's still single in her 30s. Unless she's married, right? But don't listen to these chicks who are going to stay out there forever and ever. They're just going to lead you down a dark path that eventually is going to eat away at your soul and erode at your, your spirituality to the point where you just start getting more and more depressed and miserable. But yeah, she needs to get off. She needs to get off this ride. Okay, here we go.
This one's for the single ladies, and I want to talk about this because I keep seeing videos about entering the soft feminine side, harnessing your femininity in order to find a high-value man. And while I agree with that wholeheartedly,
amen.
I'm just saying, why can't we spread a message about just accepting the fact that it's okay to be single, especially when you're in your 20s?
No, it is absolutely not okay to be single, especially in your 20s. Ladies, this is why you never take advice from other women. Okay? Especially ones that are going to lead you down a road where you become the DG. Okay? No, you should not be single in your 20s, traveling the world and partying your ass off. You should be utilizing your 20s strategically, okay, and not wasting any time to find the highest value man you can to go the distance with. That's what you should be doing, so that you don't end up in your 30s like the woman we just featured earlier, sitting in her car talking about how it's getting lonely because all of her friends are married off and nobody wants to go, hang out with her and go clubbing with her, right? So don't listen to this chick.
You are truly at your most content and peace when you are alone. And I think people need to look.
See, the thing that she's, the thing that she's neglecting here is, ladies, if you stay single beyond the age of 30, you're going to have all the alone time that you want and then some. You're going to get so sick of your alone time. You're going to get so sick of feeling lonely. You're going to get so sick of not having a man, a consistent man, right? You're going to start to get angry at yourself that you can't, you can't feel fulfilled, right? And you've lost the ability to get the guys you were when you were in your 20s. So don't listen to her, man. These chicks just... I always say, God used men to build, Satan uses women to destroy. And these chicks just, shit, they're like out to destroy each other.
Learn how to feel lonely and live a life where they can do things by themselves in order to find happiness in someone else. But right now, in my 20s, I think I think it's okay to be a little selfish and to actually take this time to lay the foundation of you so that the healthy you can accept a healthy relationship with someone else.
Okay. She mentioned the word you, more than enough times to tell me that, yeah, she's really just full of herself. She would not make a good partner. I don't want to get involved with somebody who is going to make everything about them, right? And a lot of these modern women are like this these days. This is why so many high-value guys get turned off by this type of behavior. This is not attractive to dudes. When you tell them, like, I want to do my own thing, I want to go find me, I want to do this, because we know what that means. It means that in the meantime, you will bang some chads along the way, right? Just, I'm not getting a relationship, but yeah, I'll spread my legs for them. Well, yeah, then don't come back to me. Unreal. All right.
4 ways to stop worrying about being 30 and single. Number 1, realize that you are in your prime.
This is a biological lie that she is telling you. You're not in your prime as a female in your 30s. Okay, you're just not. Your prime, I will tell you right now, your prime is 18 to 24. That's it. That's it. The data will back me up on that, by the way. Okay, the research will back me up on that. It's 18 to 24. Because what happens after the age of 24? After the age of 24, the moment you turn 25, that's when you begin to lose your looks, right? You begin to lose your physical attractiveness, the volume in your face, the volume in your hair. You just begin to lose these things. Your youth, your fertility, they start to go down the drain. So that 30s is not your prime. Your 30s is when it becomes more and more dangerous to have children. Your eggs start to dry up. So how on earth can this chick sit there, bold face, mislead you into believing that that's your prime? This is why I say women do not have your back. Women will just tell you whatever you want to hear, no different than a therapist who will swipe your credit card or take your Venmo. They will tell you whatever you want to hear to make you feel good about yourself, in the short term. But in the long term, it's going to hurt you. I mean, these chicks are they're just peddling, rubbish, right? They're just peddling a bunch of jive, man. It just does not bode with reality or the facts.
Your sexual prime, your career prime, all of the primes.
Maybe your career prime.
Right now. So maybe you don't have a partner, but you have everything else going for you. Number 2, understand that a lot of
you have everything else going for you. No, guys don't care if you're in your sexual prime. To us, that's just disgusting. It just means that you're horny and you're probably sleeping around with other dudes. And guys don't care about your job. We just don't care about that stuff because we don't benefit from it. I mean, women are just the stingiest creatures on the planet. Right? You guys know that. I've said that 1,000 times. You're not going to see any of that money, so that doesn't benefit us, so also does not matter. All that matters to us is youth, fertility, and purity. Not promiscuity, purity. Okay?
Friends are going to be getting divorced in the next few years. And a lot of people...
people will be getting divorced in the next few years. I mean, this is some pretty nihilistic... this is some pretty nihilistic propaganda she's spreading here. What has she got, like black pill?
Know. So the pool of people to meet is going to be like big again.
Oh yeah, the pool of people to meet. Divorced people. Yeah, those are some quality people right there. You're going to meet people who have kids from other marriages and, have gone through a few divorces. There you go. You understand that the more divorces you've had, the more likely it is for you to get divorced again.
Don't know. So the pool of people to meet is going to be like big again, and there's going to be a lot of suitors. Number 3, unlike people who chose partners in their early 20s or
like you're supposed
20s,
to,
you're choosing the person that you know for a fact is good for you because you know yourself by now.
You know yourself by now? Yeah, that doesn't give guys a boner that you know yourself by now, because all that translates to us, your little womanese there, all that translates to a guy when you say you know yourself is that you're just going to be more of a bitch to us, that you're just going to be less reasonable, that you're going to be more combative, that you're going to pick fights with us more, that you're going to be breaking us our balls more often. That's all that means, that we're not going to have much peace around you. and that we can't be in a relationship with you. You know, we'll just come over to bang you, and that will be it. Well, not me, but a lot of dudes would do that.
Know yourself by now. And number 4, and my personal favorite, you get to learn from a lot of other people's mistakes and hear about their issues. Well, you don't have any.
You don't have any? Yeah, you have. Actually, you do have plenty of mistakes, lady. You didn't get married in your 20s and you're still single, and now you're waiting for people to get divorced so you'll have a wider dating pool. Why would you do all this when you have the biggest dating pool, the most amount, the largest abundance of high-value dudes in your early 20s? Like I said, that is the time to choose that guy. Okay? And then you grow together. You grow together. You build together. You become more cohesive together. You learn about each other's quirks, learn about each other's boundaries. You gain respect for each other. That's how you build your relationship, right? But by your 30s, you're already set in your ways. I mean, especially when you get in your 40s and 50s. Many of these women don't want to change, and then they become tyrants in the relationship, right? They become little dictators in your relationship. And it's no fun for the guy. This is why the guy just doesn't commit. This is why so many of these women, they never end up finding happiness. How many of these women have you seen? Like all these women we cover in their 30s, 40s, and 50s from the TikTok, ever find happiness? I don't come across any of these stories, guys. All I come across are these women complaining that they can't compete with younger women on the dating apps. Guys their own age won't date them. They're lonely. They're miserable. They're starting to hate men. You know, that's all I hear. You know, they're struggling financially. They wish they had a family when they were younger. Oh, I don't have anything to do with myself, and oh, it's getting miserable, and I have suicidal thoughts. I'm on all these antidepressants. You know, my therapist is no longer telling me what I want to hear because I didn't have money to pay him this week. You know, I mean, it just never gets old. But as always, drop your comments below, fellas. Drop those comments below. As always, this is M from the 33 Secret signing out. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash the notification bell for me as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work, just jump into 7 Months Mastery right now. It's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching. So take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.